Good day, ladies and gentlemen. So here's another one, and this might be very interesting for a lot of people because after a few F40s have been sold off market, and there have been two cars that we were fortunate enough to be able to transact in December 22, a car with 1,800 kilometers, and in March 23 this year, the star of Retromobile Paris, the 749 kilometer F40 that we have been transacting in March 23. So here is one coming to auction, and actually the car is already in the US with a US title. So it's a low mileage example, 932 kilometers, 580 miles from new. Um, the chassis number also indicates, and we've seen that in the description, that this is the most desirable. I would say the second most desirable, because for me it's clearly the slider window. If we talk about F40, that comes after the F40 LM. But if we talk about road F40s, then the slider window is, in my opinion, in terms of investment and in terms of enjoying the pure F40 spirit, the most desirable car. But for most buyers and collectors, it's just a question. If there is a question, what type of F40 I should get, then it's usually the question: should I get a non-cut, non-adjust like this version, where we only have around 350 to 400 cars produced? Or should I go with a Series 2, which is a catalytic converter, adjustable, and we have around of 1,000 units produced in total. The slider window, to compare that, we only have 55 units that have been produced of the so-called plexiglass slider window unit. So let's dive a little bit deeper. Here we have a car that is other than the two cars that I mentioned before, is already located in the US. This car has already a US title. This car has a recent major service totaling over 60,000 US dollar, which I think will also have included new fuel bladders, new fuel lines, also fuel liquids and fuel lines replaced, belts. So a proper major service, in my opinion, should be 60K. And this car has also um, Classique Red Book certification is pending, but has been submitted. So in my opinion, this will be interesting for the F40 market, how this car will sell, or for what amount this car will sell for. We have, in my opinion, very reasonable, maybe even low estimate of 2.8 to 3.4 US dollar. I will not mention how much the cars that I mentioned before, that we have been transacting, how much they have sold for. But I can just tell you that for a car that is already in the US, that has a US title, import duties paid, has classic certification, Classique pending, and obviously is in the condition and is meeting the preferences to get Classique. I think that's a pretty reasonable, maybe even a low estimate, and it will be curious to see what this car will achieve. So again, I would like to hear your opinions in the comments. You can send me DMs, you can contact me, and tell me your opinion. How much will that car sell? Again, Series 1.5, as we call it, non-cut, non-adjust. European example, imported to the US title, US duties paid and customs. Classique application submitted, fuel bladders removed, major service. How much will that sell for? Tell me in your comments. Thank you.